Explore our current offers happening now. Visit us in-store or shop online today.
Just a handful of matches remain in the regular season of the best conference in America, the Big 12. And two of the Big 12 heavyweights go at it for the second time this season. K-State and Baylor tonight here in the Little Apple. Courtside with you, Brian Smoller along with two-time All-American Liz Wagner-Bush, and Sophie Smith will join us here in a little bit. The Wildcats and the Bears played a great one earlier this year, but as we mentioned, Liz, at the outset, there's not much left. Trying to do resume building here at the end of the season. A big one tonight for both teams.
Yes, big implications for both teams. K-State really looking to solidify their spot in the NCAA tournament, and Baylor looking to find a good spot, the hosts maybe, in the NCAA tournament. So big match here tonight. Both with RPIs at the top 30 as these two teams match up here tonight, led by some great outside hitter performances here as of late. We start with the freshman, Rockmanchik. Yeah, Rockmanchik has been so good as a freshman for Baylor against Utah. 18 kills, hit 350, and had 7 service aces. We'll see her serve come into play tonight. She's got a really heavy, nice top spin serve and can put some heat on the ball on the outside. And then for K-State, you got to talk about Anaya Clinton. She's coming back from injury against Colorado, had 17 kills, hit a blistering 536 on the match. K-State's so glad to have her back. Part of the 1-2 punch on the outside for K-State. Look for her to have a big night here if K-State's going to walk away with the win. Wildcats have already taken down a few top 25 teams, hoping to do one here at home against the Baylor Bears. This matchup between the two teams all time is tied 30-30 after the win earlier this year by the Baylor Bears at home. Baylor has won 3 straight, 17 of the last 20, and 9 of the last 10. The Wildcats trying to turn that around. They are 17-13 all time here at home against the green and gold. For these two teams to be successful, what are the keys to victory, Liz, for these two squads? Yeah, for Baylor, they've got to defend the pins. We already talked about it tonight. Anaya Clinton, Shaylee Myers, if they want to find success, they got to shut them down tonight. And then minimize their errors on the road. They cannot afford to have very many errors and walk away with the win. For K-State, they got to serve up some stress. Baylor has a lot of power across the net if they can get them out of system, make their offense more predictable, and then be terminal. They got to put the ball on the floor, not give Baylor a chance to turn plays, defense into offense. These two teams played a 4-set thriller down in Waco earlier this year, with 3 of the sets out of 4 decided by less than 3 points. Off and running on the left, and it's the freshman Rockmanchik, who we opened up talking about, in those neon green outline uniforms, delivering the first kill of the night. Yeah, I see right there, found a little seam in the block, and she has some power in her swing, so she'll be looking to put the ball to the floor pretty quickly. Big week for K-State. You've got 21st ranked Baylor here tonight, then 13th ranked Kansas in the Dillon Sunflower Showdown coming up on the weekend. Baylor with a 2-0 start to begin. Playing in this arena, you got to bring the energy right from the get-go and not be intimidated by the noise factor. And so far, a good start for the Bimbe and the Bears. And now a challenge by K-State, whether or not there was a tip on that stuff block at the net. Then a quick moment for Jason Mansfield, sporting the tie and shirt here tonight. Happened after the win in Lawrence.
Challenging, there was no touch.
So you see the announcement from Nathaniel Wagner, who will go to the monitor for this. We'll get a look at it as well. As he does, Coach Mansfield wore the tie for the win at Lawrence, and ever since then, he feels like, all right, we got to do it. We got to wear it for every match. Hey, I'm not opposed to a little superstition, and when it's working for you, you got to stick with it. We'll get a look at this challenge here by K-State here in the early going. Ball that Clinton had just put over. The question here is, did Schmidt touch this? It definitely landed out. And it looks like it went right through the hands of Schmidt. And then did Myers touch it in the back line is the next question. Ooh, gonna have to look at the other view, another view for that. See if it got her fingertip. stanchion kind of blocks where the ball lands, but onto the naked eye looked like it landed out. You see the floor official on the far side.
He was right on it, yeah.
Yep, indicated a touch. That's Dave Soderstrom tonight. Anthony White, our other line judge.
And
William Stanley, our up official. I
think the line judge was calling maybe Myers on the touch, not necessarily from the block, but more from that perspective. And
now, in the challenge system, in the way that this works, Nathaniel Wagner can make a decision.
After review, the call is reversed. Kansas State wins the point and retains their challenge.
There you go. Each coach gets 2 challenges the first 4 sets. You win the challenge, you get to keep that challenge. You can challenge again. There's 5 different plays or actions that can be challenged. A touch, in and out, net fault, attack line fault, or a service foot fault. Get an extra set or an extra challenge in the 5th set, but you can't go past 2. Rachmancic, and able to curl that one in front of Clinton. And Rachmancic already with 2 kills to begin. Fast start for the freshman from Belarus.
We watch Baylor do this in their warm-ups. A lot of out of system, having other people setting the ball out of system and working on their shots.
And in transition, Shaylee Myers gets her first kill of the night.
Again, we got to credit Ava LeGrand on that. Back row setter, the block, but she might take it over, and we got 2 there, leaving Myers wide open for the kill.
LeGrand has shown a tendency early in matches to be aggressive, trying to open up that block. Baylor was counting on it and got burned. Rachmancic again trying to dump behind the block. K-State ready this time. Here's Fox, who had a good night against Colorado. Back to Rachmancic, dug by Sims. Williams taps it over, stuffed down by Fox. Good 2 ups in a row. The second by the libero Madison. Again and up by Baylor, but not able to get over the net.
Looks like we're in for a defensive spectacular show here tonight. A lot of crazy, unbelievable plays so far on both sides.
Ulu Fatu, who got some time as a libero last year, now a defensive specialist, sets up this play on the right side. Working out Victoria Davis, 3-year player for the Bears. Talent, not the question for Ryan McGuire's squad. Loaded up, lost a little bit of firepower on the left. There's a reason why they're top 25. Williams blocked, but it goes all the way back behind the end line, and a point for K-State's Jordan Williams.
A kill is a kill. That's a great high hit off the hands of the Baylor block by Williams. We've really seen her offense come alive here in the last few matches for K-State.
Big roof on the right side on Davis. It was the right side attack for Baylor, not necessarily from Davis, but just the right pin overall that really hurt K-State in the first meeting against Baylor. They made it a point to focus on that here tonight. And now an ace, the first of the night for K-State.
K-State has really amped up their service game here so far, and that's really led to the success in the last few matches for the Wildcats.
McCurdy getting a 3rd straight start at OH2, able to fight through the block. And the left side for the Bears has come to play here tonight.
Yeah, nice high swing just between the hands of the blocker. Enough of a touch that makes it hard for the defense to play behind it.
McCurdy and Sims, both from Frisco, Texas, so getting a chance to go against each other here tonight. Wide of the mark is Myers. Usually don't see too many attack errors from Shaylee Myers, but she misfires. Baylor within a point to serve. Early points here the first set as these 2 teams feel each other out. Myers, a tip try, and into the net for the Bears.
I think that was an easy call for the referee there. That was a lot of net movement. And those are the sorts of errors I think Baylor just can't commit on the road here in a tough environment if they want to try to keep K-State from getting a big win here at home.
Back to McCurdy. Want to go line. Sims got the dig. Not a great set, so Clinton just shoves it over. Pipe shot for Rekmanchik. Keeps it up again, but the Bears unable to get it over in 3. Initial ups pretty good for the Bears. It's the second touch that's befalling them.
Yeah, and really, you know, they just need to relax, you know, just make an easy play. They're trying to not communicating on those kind of tight plays like that.
Going up to get that one was Essex, the Florida transfer. She'll go for another one. Dug out by K-State. Jump set coming for Clinton. McCurdy covers. Right side, Rekmanchik. Tried a cut shot. Didn't get much on it. Here's Clinton off the block, and the rally goes to K-State. The Wildcats, this is just their 10th match out of 22 that they have played with everyone healthy and available. They are 7-2 this year in the previous 9 matches. Ryan McGuire's going to burn an early timeout as K-State starting to heat up on the outside, hitting .385 as a team. You're watching the Big 12 on ESPN+.
Coming to the stage this Friday, it's Ned's first team karaoke night. But he's wondering,
what if my flaky red plaque psoriasis takes center stage?
Next up, we have Ned.
what if Ned knew he could treat differently?
Otezla is a pill that treats plaque psoriasis even in hard-to-treat areas. You can get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking. Doctors have been prescribing Otezla for over 10 years. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts.
With Otezla, clear skin could be your jam. Live in the moment. Struggling on topicals? Ask your doctor about Otezla.
State 7-3 at home this year, but big road wins have helped them build an RPI profile that's in the top 31. As you see here, these are the top 9 teams in the Big 12. All 9 at this point projected to be in the NCAA tournament. Baylor at 22, K-State at 31. But a win here tonight by the Wildcats or Baylor helps solidify their case for a higher seed. And in Baylor's case, that outside shot still to try and host first and second rounds in Waco. McCurdy inside of the block, smashes it down, and after the timeout, Baylor gets the side out.
Saw a lot of that in warm-ups, a lot of practicing these out-of-system swings, and you can see why. Important part of the game there for Baylor.
Truthfully, you can see why you practice it. It is such a critical part of the game. If you can master hitting out of system, as K-State gets another block with Williams. You can master hitting out of system as a team and feel comfortable with it. I would think that is a huge advantage.
Yeah, and you have the defense to back it up, touch a lot of volleyballs, throw the ball up enough, you can get some good swings out of system. Oh man, makes you a really tough team.
Speaking of tough, Emerson Van Lannen is already in the top 10 of the league in service aces per set. And she's only been doing this for part of the season, rotating in for K-State, but her serve is turned around and finished by Gabrielle Essex. And the side out from the former Florida Gator has it back over with the Bears. You see Van Lannen head of the bench. 24 aces for Van Lannen in 17 matches played. Clinton off schedule. Bibimbe, career high 21 kills against K-State in the match in Waco. And she has her first here tonight.
Yeah, that's a very fast tempo set to the right side there for Bibimbe. Tough to defend.
Native of Cameroon, went to Missouri State West Plains before Baylor. Schmidt blocked on a slide. Wildcats go to Clinton off the block. Baylor ready for it in system. They go back to Bibimbe. Dug, but over the net. A third time. This time she's roofed. Three blocks already for K-State.
I almost feel like that last set to Bibembe was just a little too low for her, not quite getting out there for her to get a full range of options in her attacking.
Big block 2 to face with Schmidt hanging out over on the right side. Short serve coming. Quick set to Essex. Fox blocked and miss hit on the back line by Myers, or by Sims, and it results in a point for the Bears. The lead 2 for the Wildcats in purple tonight. The road grays with neon green trim for the Bears. And it's the libero, Morgan Madison, a true freshman out of Magnolia, Texas, to serve. Not a great serve receive. K-State forced to tap it over. Thrown out to Rachmanchik. All the way over. Fox in a bad break as it hit the tape.
Well, you can definitely see why Coach McGuire is so excited about this freshman class for him. Rachmanchik, you know, just hitting a lot of balls in transition, out of system, and making plays and scoring points for her team.
Much like K-State, an older group that's primarily the front line, but you have a lot of depth with freshmen behind them, very talented. Rachmanchik getting the start tonight. Fox then comes back, and one she does not hit very hard, ends up with a point.
I think sometimes those are the most frustrating for coaches. You know, you feel like you worked hard, gave yourself an opportunity, right? And just mishandle that ball.
Curdy, who plays all 6 rotations, unable to handle that in the back row. Deep serve, and out from Clinton, the service error by Anaya. Clinton missed a few matches last week with an injury. Back for K-State in their win against Colorado. We profiled her at the start. She's had a pair of 25 kill matches already this season, 10th in the league in kills per set, while Myers tied for first, and that was service error right back from Baylor. Udufatu with a mistake there. And it's Sims who'll get a chance to serve. Williams came into the net to try and stop Crack from tapping it over, and a mistake by Williams results in a point for the Bears. Good serve. It put Baylor out of system.
I've been impressed. Sims has really had some nice serves so far tonight that really put some pressure. Baylor's excited to get out of that rotation with Sims serving.
First time tonight we've seen Rachmanchik with that famous jump serve, and she hits it long. It does not have many service errors long. Rachmanchik with that serve, that jumpy, it is one that is a lethal serve. As Liz mentioned in the open, 7 aces her last time out. Big block again by K-State's Jordan Williams. 4 blocks in set number 1 by K-State. Midway through, another service there by K-State, this by Pond, who had an ace earlier. Midway through set number 1, and much like we saw in Waco, a tight match between these two teams. And now Baylor's going to make a change in the back row. Victoria Davis comes out. Ryan McGuire, the head coach of the Bears, in his 11th year, will bring in Taylor Crane. She will serve, sophomore defensive specialist. And she serves long. So that's 3 errors by the Bears here on serve. Crane out, Davis back, and here's Myers. Misplayed, and an ace for Myers. #21st of the year for Shaylee Myers. And Ryan McGuire will use his second and final timeout. K-State's defense has risen up here in the early going with 4 blocks. And that acronym RISE, also a big thing for Baylor this year. And for more on that, we send it to Sophie Smith.
That's right, Brian. The theme for this Baylor squad is RISE. And Coach McGuire said earlier this week that every year he picks an acronym to represent his team and the challenges that they might face this season. He said those 4 words are remarkable, invested, single-hearted, and engaged. And those words are the words that this squad has lived by each and every day just to make them into the team that they are today, guys.
And he's getting after him right now in the huddle, but more also because it gets very loud in here during the timeouts.
It is very loud. And it's a tough environment, you know. That's why K-State's got to use this home environment to their advantage, you know, and they're playing so well and getting a ranked opponent at home. You know, an opportunity here to get a big win again at the end of the season here where it matters so much.
Good start for the Wildcats. The block has been a big part. Jordan Williams, 3 kills, 3 blocks. You know, earlier we talked, Jason Mansfield had mentioned about this team being 7-2 when fully healthy. I almost hesitate to bring it up because I don't want to jinx it, but Jordan Williams, we have long since she had been here for now her 3rd year, we've talked about what would it look like if she could go a whole season without being injured. She's had it every year through Kentucky and then through here at K-State. Here she is. She's played almost every match and every set for K-State and has put together a spectacular year. Yeah,
you can definitely tell the impact she can have on the floor, and that's why Coach Mansfield's so glad that she's having the year that she's having.
From behind the 10-foot line on the right side, Rachmanchik. What a swing.
And notice they moved that back row attack kind of across the line, and they've been trying to use that right side. Maybe something scouting, saw some areas of weakness where they could take advantage of her attacking in that area.
You hardly ever see a team pull off that swing. And Clinton, the block, puts it in a tough spot for Madison, unable to get to it. Clinton now with 3 kills. I mean, usually you're seeing that back line attack, it's from the middle.
Yep.
That's where Setter's throwing it. Rarely do you see it out on the wings. It's just such a tough angle.
Yeah, and most often your outside hitters is playing defense middle back, and that's why you'll see that pipe right out of the middle. But she's actually kind of moving around in the back row.
Schmidt able to play a block off Bibinbe and then turned in transition by Clinton. And now Clinton's suddenly heating up.
Some nice deep attacks there by Clinton. She's hitting high and finding the deep line shot. So tough to defend.
Back to Van Lannen. Here's that aforementioned pipe shot. This time Rachmanchik could not keep it in. Already 9 swings for the native of Belarus, a member of the junior national team, best outside hitter at the national championship tournament in Belarus. European player that's made her way over here to Baylor. Big high swing for Essex, and she missed. Already the 7th attack error for Baylor. Now 4 of those are blocks. But that's 3 misfires for Ryan McGuire's team. 8 kills, 7 errors. Back to Essex. Doug. Clinton again, that deep corner shot. And
Coach McGuire is going to make some changes here.
Out of timeouts, they'll bring in Bailey Warren for Bibinbe. He's trying to break up the rhythm here. Warren has been starting as another outside hitter throughout the season. True freshman, another near ace. Warren's going to have to hustle, just gets it over. Schmidt with no block. Good read by LeGrand with the new blocker being the one that just came in.
Yeah, it's an advantage. You'll see her. She's really looking at that block before she's setting that ball, so she kind of has an idea of what's going to be the best option.
It's almost like trying to hit the ball in baseball to the person that just came in to play third base. Or serving right at the new one that came in the back row. Here's Myers. Clinton up the line this time, got it in. And Anaya Clinton on fire tonight here in Morgan Family Arena. It is set point. 5 kills for Clinton, hitting .417. Fans on their feet. LeGrand or Van Landen serves long. 3 errors for the Wildcats now, but still set point. Short serve by McCurdy. Williams. Little miscommunication by Baylor, scrambling. Warren will put it over. Back to Clinton to try and finish the set. Nope. Maybe this time. No. Betrayed by the net. Set point number 3. First error for Clinton. Pipe shot from Myers. Thrown out. Rachmanchik. Myers got a hand on it. Sent over. Back to Rachmanchik, and she slams it through the block. 4 set points needed now for K-State. But up by so many. Still with some cushion.
And Baylor trying to find a little momentum here.
2 hitters run the left side, and not enough on it. Back to the Bears. Rachmanchik dug out. Back to Clinton. Splits the defense. And set 1 goes to K-State. 6 kills in set 1 for Anaya Clinton. Jason Mansfield asked his seniors, what legacy do you want to leave? Clinton lighting it up on ESPN+.
What will you be wishing for this season? Kansas Lottery's Holiday Millionaire Raffle.
Knock on wood.
Your best odds to win $1 million.
Wildcat fans, Purple Wave Auction is proud to team up with K-State Athletics. We're built on that same purple pride. Hardworking people, real results, and a love for getting things done. Just like the Big 12 reaches coast to coast, our equipment auctions connect buyers and sellers nationwide. From ag fields to job sites, join our community and see what's selling now at purplewave.com. Purple Wave Auction, proud sponsor of K-State Athletics.
Hey, grab me one too.
What we grow here defies expectation. Hungry minds searching for answers. Explorers of the impossible. Breakthroughs without end. People who see the world not as it is, but as it could be. You'd be amazed at what we grow here.
Well, set 1, if you missed it, was the Anaya Clinton show. 6 kills for K-State senior outside hitter, coming off a match where she was unstoppable against Colorado. 17 kills and hit .536 in 3 sets. It's been another dose of that here tonight so far for Baylor, who has had no answer.
Yeah, and that little highlight there alone, you saw her hit every angle of the court, you know, and using the block. She's not trying to bounce at 10-foot line, you know, into the block. She's using the hands, hitting it deep, and the defense, that is so hard to defend, and it's a great shot. And you can see that she's been in the program. She understands what she needs to do to get those kills.
Also had a big block early on the right side attack for Baylor, and that was part of 4 blocks by K-State. So that accounts for 4 of the 7 errors by Baylor on their attack, but still 9 kills, 7 errors. That's a ratio that's got to change for Baylor to have any chance of getting back into this match.
Yes. You know, that's one of the keys for Baylor was to really minimize those errors, and then you add the service errors, and it adds up and it starts to spiral, you know, down the slope it's going for Baylor. Can they right the ship here?
Let's go to talking about serving for Baylor as you look at Rachmanchik there. Let's go to Sophie Smith for more on Baylor and serving, because that is part of their main attack. It was not a weapon in that first set.
Yeah, Brian, Coach McGuire said that serving is something they work on all the time. They're not necessarily trying to get kills or aces every single time. They just want to be disruptive. And it's been emphasized just a little bit more this year with the personnel that they have. And he continued to say that they just need their serve to be good enough to take out the middle and let the block do their work.
They were able to do it a couple of times early, but Rachmanchik, after that massive game against Utah with the serve, faulted on her first serve, and we haven't seen much since. Instead, K-State in the rallies has been able to be more disruptive, both with their offense on the left side and their serving, and Myers picks up her third kill. She already has 7 digs in the back row working against this Baylor offense. And now Legrand to serve. Setter for K-State, just across the top of the tape. Big block on Rachmanchik. It's Fox and Schmidt with the denial.
It's a perfect example of what a really tough serve can do and it helps your defense out so much. You know, it makes it easy to set a nice block up, set your defense behind the block. Makes a huge difference.
Offense becomes very predictable. Fox sees the overpass and rockets it back. And again, the serve put Baylor in a bad spot. Legrand's serve has been so good these last 3 matches. Another deep float serve. Bibimbe, and into the net was Clinton. May have even hit the antenna. She reached across, trying to take away the line from the talented senior right side hitter. Just the 10th kill so far here tonight by Baylor. Clinton comes right back on the right and adds number 7. Mentioned this going to break earlier. Jason Mansfield told us that he had a meeting with the seniors, talking about what legacy they wanted to leave coming to the end of the season. We'll hear more about that coming up a little bit later from Sophie Smith, but get into this thing of how you want to leave your mark at K-State. You only have 5 matches left of the regular season. Yes, the NCAA tournament is out there and maybe automatic at this point for both teams. But take nothing for granted. You only get a certain amount of games to play. It's not like all of these seniors are going to go play pro volleyball. Another big block at the net by K-State. Yes, 2 or 3 of these 5 might get a chance at pro volleyball. For the others, this is it. This is the culmination.
Yeah, you got to go for it, and you know, you make what you put into it, and then definitely those seniors have kind of really latched onto that role here this year, and it's really paid off for K-State.
Rachmanchik went high hands down the line, got the touch, and a side out for the Bears. And it's Sush Rachmanchik. She goes by Shush. Nickname, Ksenia, the first name. There's that serve, got it in this time. Sims brought back by Legrand. Myers gets a repeat, a little farther in the net, and it falls. Myers cleaning it up for the Wildcats on the outside. A young lady that transformed her approach and out-of-season conditioning work starting in January of last year, going into her final season, and it has paid off with likely a first-team All-Big 12 selection. Clinton and Pawn unable to handle that smash on the left for the Bears. This is a league with 16 teams. It becomes much harder to try and determine who is that first-team All-Big 12 list, and there are some great outside hitters in this league, but Shaylee Myers you got to think, is in the running for Big 12 Player of the Year the way she's played. Tied for first in the league in kills per set. Blocked here on the outside. And she's taking the blame for that one.
She's been so good, consistent, and just a lot of swings. A lot of swings, a lot of kills.
Over 1,000 swings already this year. And fights it to the block. As an outside hitter, you miss hit one the time before. Are you asking for the ball on the repeat, or does your setter already know?
1,000% of the time. It's a look at that setter and saying, you better send me the ball. Now, it doesn't always happen, but.
Good read by LeGrand to get it back to Myers. Another roof by K-State. 7 blocks for the Wildcats. That's the 4th for Williams.
It's been the block party so far tonight. Made a huge difference.
Steve Astor, the associate head coach for K-State, is the one that leads the defense. He's the one that plots out how they're going to block up front. And tonight, K-State so concerned about the right side attack of Baylor. Their blocking has been on point. And a block thrown back at Clinton. Bibinbe and Essex, 2 6'3" seniors in the face of Clinton. There's a look at Steve Astor talking with Brenna Schmidt, who already has 3 blocks here tonight. Top assistant for the Wildcats, who heads up their recruiting as well. Williams, tip shot.
It's just such a great sign for the Wildcats to see how much more offensive the middles have been. And it's a good sign here heading towards the end of the season and into postseason play.
As notoriety spreads about Myers and Clinton. One-on-one, LeGrand with a block. Wow, 8 for K-State. And the setter going one-on-one to deny Warren.
LeGrand does such a nice job. She really sees the hitter, finds that hitter, and lines up perfect for the stuff block.
So many things that LeGrand does well. Set was not good. Myers from the back row and a pipe shot right up the gut. It's 11-7.
And that block led to a tip on the outside, easy play, and then transition there for K-State.
Myers has flourished on that X set or pipe set. 3 errors by K-State in this set alone, and all have been into the net short. So Van Lannen with her second error will come out. Williams returns. And she'll visit with Coach Mansfield. He told us he has such a high expectation on serving. They work so hard on it. He says it's hard for me not to get so frustrated during matches when there are errors. Usually stoic, Jason Mansfield. Now an ace from Baylor, their first. Both of these teams spend so much time on serving. McCurdy gets her 14th of the year. Heard from Sophie about Ryan McGuire's comments on serving earlier. Schmidt, with not much blocking in front of her, gets the kill. LeGrand gets the assist and should for taking the block with her.
Yes, and really, Ramonchek made a nice block move. Just Baylor not able to run down those touches off the block.
LeGrand serving at McCurdy. Bibinbe able to get it under the arms of Schmidt.
You know, you almost feel like K-State's running away with this set just in how dominant they've been at the net, but it's still a very tight set here.
8 kills to Baylor's 4, and overall in the night, 21-13 in the kill department. But 3 service errors by K-State has kept Baylor around. That is a very high dig. Sims will get it near the net for Fox, and into the net were the Bears. They're going to get Bibinbe for it, and I'm not so sure it was her hair when she spun around that hit the net. Clinton. Good serve, making the back line of Baylor move. K-State with a serve receive, or the dig, I should say. Get it to Myers. Tough throw, kept alive by the Bears. McCurdy. LeGrand out of the play, so Myers has to hit off schedule. It's popped over by Baylor. K-State gets in rhythm. They find Schmidt. She's blocked. Another try for Schmidt and walled down by Bibinbe. A much-needed long rally for the Bears. See K-State trying to push those middles. We talked about it earlier with all the fanfare about the outsides of K-State. The more they get their middles involved, feel open up blocks, more opportunities for K-State. K-State caught a break there with LeGrand very tight to the net, and then Fox rattles it through the block on the right side. That went from disaster to a point for K-State in no time at all. Difficult serve receive. K-State's LeGrand got it close, and then it was popped by Kreck. That may have bailed out K-State. She'll try to dump, and it's off of Williams in for a kill for Kreck. Been in the program 3 years. A lot like Ava. Didn't play much. LeGrand, and now you have two setters that were in their respective programs for quite a while and now taking over as the starting setter this year. K-State by 2. Baylor to serve, and it's Rachmanchik with that jump serve. Picked up by Clinton, but over the net. Big swing and out by Warren.
Yeah, just those are the sorts of missed opportunities right now for Baylor.
Midway through the second set, we go to a break. You're watching the Big 12 on ESPN+.
Coming to the stage this Friday, it's Ned's first team karaoke night. But he's wondering,
What if my flaky red plaque psoriasis takes center stage? Next up, we have Ned.
what if Ned knew he could treat differently?
Otezla is a pill that treats plaque psoriasis even in hard-to-treat areas. You can get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking. Doctors have been prescribing Otezla for over 10 years. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts.
With Otezla, clear skin could be your jam. Live in the moment. Struggling on topicals? Ask your doctor about Otezla.
Wildcat fans and Baylor fans, you want to score Big 12 football championship tickets and VIP halftime access? Well, here's how. Every time you pay with one of Venmo's Big 12 school-branded Venmo debit cards, you're automatically entered for a chance to win. Just swipe, tap, or pay like you always do for your shot at exclusive prizes. Check out VenmoBig12Sweeps.com for more details, terms apply, and select Big 12 schools available. Hopefully she doesn't have a Venmo card, or else there will be a lot of yogurt and ice cream that'll be
Dippin'
bought.
Dots, man.
That would be purchased. I think there's a country music night is the theme here tonight for K-State. You see the bandanas. They were playing country music earlier. Willie was in cowboy boots and jeans, so guessing that is the theme here tonight. Another block by K-State, kept in by Baylor. Then Kreck off the block goes up and kills it. 2 kills in a row for Kreck. Not often you see your setter go up and swing like that. K-State feels like they have a setter in the wings that could be like that. Lauren Latham. Here's Myers, big swing. Notice during that last time out, Coach Mansfield spending a lot of time talking with Shaylee Myers, perhaps on something that he had picked up. And Myers now with 7 kills.
Yeah, you almost feel like it's been a little bit of a quiet night for Myers, but she's right there with Clinton with 7 kills. So
and hitting .357.
Yeah.
Warren. K-State ruled to have touched it. The play will continue, and it'll fall in. We'll see if Jason Mansfield will challenge.
I think there was just a mini touch there.
Yep.
The ball changed enough direction. I think there was a touch.
K-State will not challenge here. Point for Baylor. Challenge of the second point of the match. Back at set one and won it. Here's Clinton. Played up by Pond. Myers. And blasted in by Warren. Williams may have come down a little wrong on that block. Bailey Warren, true freshman, her older sister Brielle, a redshirt junior on this team. Pond, a misplay on the service save, and an ace for the Bears. And we are tied in this second set. Clinton blocked it off of her, and the Bears on a 4-0 run have taken their first lead.
This is very Baylor right here. They just don't go away. They kind of just stay the course, and they have some knockdown, drag-out fights.
LeGrand trying to change the match, does. Baylor wanted a lift call on LeGrand.
I almost feel like she might have been in the net. Wonder if they'll challenge.
Can't challenge the attack. You could challenge if she was into the net, certainly. Baylor will not. Van Lanen in to serve for K-State. Quick set to Essex. That's dug near the net. A push above, kept alive. Standing roll shot by Myers. Baylor in system here. Bibimbe dug out to Clinton. Left side went high hand, saved by McCurdy. It finds Warren. Second time Clinton gets it. They were into the net anyway, Baylor was. So K-State turns around the 4-0 run into a point. And now two straight by K-State.
Yeah, really nice job just attacking those fingertips of that big Baylor block.
And now a timeout, I think, by Baylor. And they want to have a rotation check. This is almost a de facto timeout. K-State not happy about that. And it broke up the momentum of the Wildcats. And now Van Lanen. Good serve, barely kept up by Baylor. Free ball over. Slide for Schmidt. Bibimbe on the right, and she gets it. And we're tied at 18.
Deep corner shot.
Pushed back by Bibimbe. A repeat for Clinton. Wall to the ground by Essex. And Baylor pushes back in front. Seen a little more energy from Baylor in this second set than we saw in the first.
Yeah, kind of a sense of urgency. You know, they're right there. They're not going to let this kind of fall away from them. They fought back into it.
They got blown out in that first set, down 24-14 before ripping off a few points to end the first. Clinton's got a lot of swings in this second set. Sims slides in. Tight set for Clinton. Kept alive by Baylor. Just tapped over by Rachmanchik. Myers on the back row, and she is walled by Essex. Timeout, K-State. Baylor by 2, and the Wildcats will burn a timeout. A big match for both, as we talked about, with the NCAA tournament implications down the road. How does K-State handle that? We go to Sophie Smith.
Thanks, Brian. When asked about how they're managing this load at this point in the season, Coach Mansfield said that in the past, they've always said, hey, we've got big games coming up. Hey, we have to win so many matches to get to the tournament. But this year, they've completely stayed away from that mentality. And he continued to say that those things don't really matter. The things that matter are these seniors. And he's had conversations with them recently about what really matters, how they want to leave their legacy, and what games they really need to win, guys.
And that is with only a few weeks left, said you can either let that intimidate you or it could inspire you. I think it was a pretty wise word. You've been there before as a senior down the stretch, and you know, as we said earlier, your career coming to an end, whether there's pro or not, you're not worried about that. Your last few matches here at K-State, sometimes you can get nervous about it, or you want to go out and finish strong.
Yeah, I mean, you want to go out and finish strong, you know, and I think you can't dwell too much on what could be. You gotta focus on the present and what's the task at hand. And it's a gauntlet. We've talked about it before. The Big 12's loaded top to bottom, and you're not going to walk into a gym, you know, and expect and know you're going to win on any given night. So you got to be ready to battle, and I think that mentality has really paid its dividends here for the Wildcats.
K-State, because of a switch in their Sunflower Showdown rivalry matches, ended up playing probably the toughest schedule in conference of anybody in the Big 12. And this unbalanced conference schedule that you get with 16 teams, K-State played 5 straight road matches against ranked teams: Baylor, TCU, KU, Utah, Baylor, or BYU, I should say, and ended up winning 2 out of those matches. And it kind of propelled them to this recent starring role here down the stretch. But now, facing Baylor, maybe in danger of going to a 1-set win apiece into the intermission. Schmidt with a big swing, her biggest of the night, gives K-State a side out. Now can they run points with LeGrand? We'll see what LeGrand can do with serve. K-State 2 aces, but 6 errors here tonight with the serve. Baylor on the run. Bibinbe didn't get it over. Bibinbe saying, that's on me, I want another shot. Just kind of what you said, an outside hitter. That's a senior telling her sophomore setter, I want it again. And another error by K-State. 4 service errors, all short into the net. And Baylor by 2. Now the freshman libero Madison, former high school All-American. Schmidt able to go up and get that one. And this is Baylor K-State rivalry right here. All-time series tied at 30. Matches or sets coming right down to the final few points.
Yeah, you can see why it's 30-30.
Clinton's had a good night serving. Rachmanchik. 7 for Rachmanchik.
Yeah, for a freshman, she's cool, calm, and collected out there. You see not too much emotion besides let's go, and really carrying a heavy load on this for the offense of this Baylor team.
Anastasia Nikolnikova is going to come in at 6'4" in place of Bibinbe to provide another blocker up front, and K-State will burn a second timeout. Talk about what they're going to see up front for Ryan McGuire's team. So a little curveball thrown here by Coach McGuire. He tries to get all 6'3" and 6'4" players up front.
Hey, you know, one of the keys for Baylor was to shut down the pins, and so yeah, they're going to put in as big a block they can. We see it kind of impacted Clinton here in this second set, and then they're just trying to shut down those outside hitters, and it's a point of emphasis obviously for Baylor.
It's worked. Clinton, after having 6 kills in the first set on 17 swings, she only has 2 kills, 3 attack errors on 11 swings here in set number 2.
Yeah, down to 143 on that hitting percentage. She was up there in the 500-600 range there for a while. Almost unstoppable.
Shady Myers has been the benefactor of the big block on Clinton. Myers has zoomed up with 7 kills, 4 in this set for Kansas State. 12 swings. She's nearing a double-double already.
I think just a good sign for K-State. You look at the numbers across the board, and there's contributions across the net. You know, it's so often outside heavy. It's a good sign for K-State. You see the middles involved. They both have 4 kills each. You got Reagan Fox with 4 kills, and then Clinton and Myers with 8 and 7 respectively. I mean, it's a good sign for K-State. You want that balanced offense, make that defense work.
To your point, 4 kills from 3 other players besides the 2 pin hitters. Myers picked up by Baylor. Out left, Rachmanchik again, high hands touch, and a touch called on K-State. It is set point for Baylor.
You see no setter on the floor right now for Baylor, so it's going to be kind of an out-of-system swing if they can make a defensive play.
An error by the serve. That's a break for K-State, but set point number 2 for the Bears. Craig will come back in. And now K-State will serve with Simone Sims. 18 aces on the year for Sims. Wide set, just tapped over. Myers, dug in the back row by McCurdy. Rachmanchik. Bump set for Myers. Got off the top of the block. Set point number 3 for the Bears. 1 more, we're going extra points.
Yeah, offensively for Baylor, they setters front row, only 2 attackers.
And now a timeout by Baylor. How important is this match to both coaches? They're treating it like an NCAA tournament match.
Yes, they are.
Coach McGuire even told us that. He said this will be like a first or second round match of the NCAA tournament like you would see, or maybe even Sweet 16. It'll be that type of competitiveness as both teams want the sort of the notch in the belt of the win over the other team. Ryan McGuire trying to coach up his squad, trying to get everybody the energy back up. Look at that, almost on cue. See him trying to engage his team a little bit, I don't want to say flat, but just not, they did not match K-State's energy in their first set.
Yeah, they've definitely come alive here in this second set. But I think blocks help bring some energy, get a little fired up. They actually were able to get some good blocks there in the middle of this set. I think that kind of really turned the corner for this Baylor team.
No doubt, 4 blocks, to your point, in this set by Baylor. They still have set point. It'll be their 3rd. But if they can, out of this timeout, get the side out, they would win the set and send it off to a 3rd and make it a best of 3. Purple Pit trying to help the Wildcats find a way to pull this one off, get up 2 sets to none on Baylor. Sims still serving. Thrown all the way out left. Rachmanchik off the hands, gets the kill. Rachmanchik with an impressive second set. Has 5 kills in the second set alone to lead the Bears to the 25-23 win. We're all tied up on the Big 12 on ESPN+.
Avery, are you ready to play?
Always.
Play Wildcat Riches from the Kansas Lottery for a chance to win up to $360,000 instantly. Download the Kansas Lottery Play On app and get in the game.
Let's play, Wildcats.
Wildcat fans, Purple Wave Auction is proud to team up with K-State Athletics. We're built on that same purple pride. Hardworking people, real results, and a love for getting things done. Just like the Big 12 reaches coast to coast, Our equipment auctions connect buyers and sellers nationwide, from ag fields to job sites. Join our community and see what's selling now at purplewave.com. Purple Wave Auction, proud sponsor of K-State Athletics.
Bold are the adventurous. Determined are the leaders. Faithful are the healers. At Baylor, you'll find your calling, your people, and your purpose. Dare to be you, indeed.
There has never been a better time to be part of the Big 12 than right now. This is a defining moment for all of us.
Big power hit from the outside. There it is.
Stuffed.
It cannot go over.
Down the line, big swing.
There you go.
And an ace.
We truly are a different league.
Well, after 2 sets here in the Little Apple, K-State holds a sizable advantage in some categories on this stat sheet, but it's all tied up at 1 set apiece thanks to Sush Rachmanchik for Baylor. Fantastic second set when she tallied 5 kills, and did so on 10 swings with no errors to lead the Baylor Bears to the win in the second set. Wildcats hitting .257, Liz, but 7 service errors kind of feels like a lot. Well, a lot of them not even competitive. I mean, they're right into the net.
Yeah, at least if you're going to miss, you want to make them make that decision, right? Is it in or out? You want to put that pressure on them to make the error, not make the error in the net, and not even give your team a chance, especially with their blocking being so good, especially in that first set.
3 aces so far for Baylor. We take a look at the highlights from what we've seen so far. K-State came out firing to begin. Almost won that first set, 25-14. What did you see from these two teams early?
Well, I almost feel like a reverse roles. First set, K-State was on a roll. Lanaya Clinton was unstoppable. The block for K-State was there. They were just handling Baylor on all aspects of the game. And then in the second set, it's like K-State kind of started making more errors. I saw the service errors, and then the block for Baylor really came alive. Kind of got in Clinton's head there a little bit. She only had 2 kills on that second set.
Myers had 6 to lead K-State, but not enough to overcome Baylor. So here we are, tied at a set apiece, which only is fitting in a series that is tied 30-30 all time between these two teams. Each has gone 17 and 13 in their respective home gyms against the other team. K-State trying to pick up win number 2 under Jason Mansfield against the Bears. They beat Baylor here in Morgan Family Arena a couple of years ago. Coach Mansfield was telling the story before the match that first year that they played they were still playing the double nights, and so they played Baylor 2 nights in a row. They beat them the first night in 5, and then returned the next night and lost in 3. And Baylor in the second set, or in the second match, served short every single serve in 2 of the sets. He says you never know what you're going to get from Baylor and Ryan McGuire. They're going to throw some crazy stuff out there at you, and we saw that a little bit in the second set.
Yes, they're not afraid to make changes and drastic changes in the middle of a match. And I mean, they want to win, you know, and have that competitive spirit. And I'm a little surprised we didn't see more personnel change, you know, even in that first set, because he's used a lot of players so far this season with, you know, having some younger players on his roster.
There is the 11th year head coach of the Baylor Bears, former National Coach of the Year, along with Regional and Big 12 Coach of the Year in 2020. 2-time Big 12 Coach of the Year, as you see his ledger and what he's done since he's been there. 9 NCAA tournaments. How about this note? Since 2017, Baylor is 47-17 in road matches in the Big 12.
Wow.
47-17. There are some tough places to play in the conference. Clinton on the outside. Kibinbe. Doug on the dive by LeGrand. Sims racing to get there. Baylor in system a little bit. Back to Bibimbe. Dug out by Myers, nearing a double-double. Myers will get it back. Tip try gets blocked. Legrand goes for a swing. Rachmanchik then ends the rally.
Wow, some of those sets are so fast. I'm like, there's no way they're going to get there in time to really swing away. And just in transition, nice step close.
As you said, so fast. To her and so fast on the finish. Service error by Baylor. Maybe it's this side of the net.
I know, I was going to say, Baylor did such a good job of not doing that in the second set.
We've had a combined 12 service errors in this match, and 8 of them have come from this end of the court, the opposite end of where K-State's serving. Maybe there's a draft. Rachmanchik. Clinton tracks down a deep dig, and then Sims does the right thing, sending it a mile high so everyone can reset. Rachmanchik, another swing and another finish. 11 for Rachmanchik on the outside.
You like Craig just going right back to her. She's been kind of unstoppable. Why not? Throw the ball up there, got the hot hand. She's hitting a lot of angles and making it tough for K-State's defense.
Ooh. Serve just over. Schmidt does a good job getting to it. Block thrown up on Myers. That'll be a point for the Bears.
I wonder if Coach McGuire is going to tell her, get that serve over. Look right there, score a point off a tough serve. Gotta get the serve.
Baylor, since the start of the second set, has been a reborn team. Somewhat run out of the gym in the first. Myers down the line, able to get it in. 9 for Myers, 9 digs, 2 blocks for Myers.
Yeah, does a nice job again, mixing up her shot. Wide open right there.
Sims just over the net. Rachmanchik tipping. One-hand stab and then over the net by Williams. Clinton on a dive, got to it. Dug by McCurdy. She'll get it back. Dig by K-State. It would have been out. Played in by Baylor. And then Rachmanchik couldn't hit it over. A break for K-State.
Big break.
First, the Bears played a ball that's going out. How about this play by Clinton?
Yeah, so good. You see she's really running that line, deep line off those touches for Casey. Hoping to get some touches and run the ball down.
Hard to do when there isn't a touch. Rachmanchik blocked and out. She almost went back to swing again.
Wow. That's so hard sometimes to like force yourself not to play that ball. It's right there. Why not? Why can't just play it?
She's ready to go again.
Oh. Good talk there by Madison behind her.
Yeah, freshman libero showing some good leadership skills. And a service error by Rachmanchik. That's her second.
It's close. The thing about that top spin serve, it's going to drop with that spin on the ball.
Yeah, you better make sure it's for sure headed out. Warren. Legrand on the run. Sets Myers and gets the kill. Off the block. See Shaylee tell Legrand, great set, as she comes over to talk to her.
Yeah, she kept the tempo, and you know, after running down that ball, kept the tempo, and that's really been effective for Myers this season.
Back to Myers, another one.
Again, mixing up her shots. Myers this time sharp cross court. Saw the line shot earlier.
Off the head of Williams. Kept in by K-State, but then Williams hits it long.
Yeah, some of those attacks are so like fast and hard. You know, you could see where like a concussion or something like that
100%.
off of a block like that.
I think it was a Nebraska match earlier this year. They actually had the gun that was running. Like you could see how fast those swings are going. It is not Yeah, come sit courtside, collegiate volleyball, and get a feel for the athleticism being shown out here. That'll be 4 hits on K-State as Baylor ties this thing up at 6 apiece. It's been a good night for Ava LeGrand, the setter for K-State. Let's go to Sophie Smith with more on K-State's senior setter.
Thanks, Brian. From freshman year Ava LeGrand to now, Jason Mansfield said that she's grown a lot in a lot of different ways, but the biggest way is how she leads. He said that she's been very demanding because she plays so hard every single day and every single play, and she just wants that in her teammates. Since changing their system to a lower and faster offense, she really puts encouragement at the forefront of her leadership. And Coach Mansfield holds Ava at a very high standard because he just knows what she's capable of.
Now that high standard comes with high expectations. You see LeGrand third in the Big 12 in assists per set coming into play here tonight. Any other year, again, you'd say, yep, first team all Big 12 sort of setter. Jason Mansfield telling us when she's on, she's the best setter in the Big 12. Wouldn't trade her for anyone. Block thrown up on Williams, but right now, LeGrand and the Wildcats struggling against the Baylor front line. And Baylor on a 4-0 run.
Yeah, I feel like Baylor just making some better reads on their block, staying a little bit more patient and just pressing those hands in.
Clinton then blocked from the middle by Essex.
We've also seen a lot more short serves by Baylor, and that's really kind of disrupting K-State's offense.
7 blocks the last 2 sets by the Bears. Myers turns it around, blocking air anyway on Kreck, the setter. So Myers with 12 kills. She has 1 ace here so far tonight. And back to serve for the Wildcats. Quick set for Essex. 5th-year player who transferred in from Florida, didn't play all but 1 match last year because of injury.
She's got a high contact point, can hit a nice deep shot, bring some power when she needs to, but also kind of just rolls it some deep shots for Baylor.
Clinton, touched by Kreck, gets it close for Warren, who puts it inside of the block. And that pregame out-of-system stuff pays off for the Bears.
I'm telling you, I'm a huge fan of swinging and on out-of-system plays. Don't give free balls. You're not going to win tough matches giving free balls to the other team.
Clinton trying to change up her shot, gets it in. So K-State, back-to-back outside hitter swings, has gone down the line instead of cross court.
Yeah, they give a sliver of line, and it's great for them to use that because now the block's going to change. So that'll open up that cross-court shot a little bit more, make them guess a little bit, and that's what you like an outside hitter with a lot of tools in their toolbox.
Essex goes up high to get it. Myers down to the ground to get it. That's a double-double for Myers, and then Clinton turns it around into a kill. K-State able to stabilize a little bit. For Myers, it's her 5th double-double of the season. LeGrand also with a double-double tonight already. She's got 12 on the year to lead K-State. Back to Essex, dug out. Block thrown up on Myers and then or LeGrand, and it's then dropped down on K-State's side. Essex and Bibimbe have been a force at the net.
Yeah, they're ready for LeGrand on that dump attempt.
Essex now with 8 blocks through 2 sets.
That's very impressive.
Clinton just got it over. What a dig by Rachmanchik. And then Essex trying to pick out a spot. Essex with one hand. Rachmanchik roof by LeGrand and Schmidt.
I still like that swing by Rachmanchik, just going up, swinging for fences. You got to try to win this game. I like the swing.
Fifth block for Ava LeGrand, who goes back to serve. That ties a career high. She's done it 4 times this year. Bibimbe tools the block for the right side.
You can definitely feel the energy for Baylor rising.
First team all-region player a year ago in the middle for Baylor, moving to the right side this year. Fox, and into the net were the Bears. Going to be on Bibimbe. So that'll pull K-State within 2 as we near the midway point of this third set. It's a best of 3 now with the series tied at 1 here tonight. Ace by Clinton.
That is a great serve there by Clinton. You saw the ball, it floated and it almost came up before it dropped in. Great serve there by Clinton.
Looked like it was headed out for sure. Almost fooled the line judge, Anthony White. Now a shallow serve. Bibimbe pushed back. Rachmanchik dug. Does it come over? Yes, but that's bumped over. Schmidt blocked but out. Man, these teams going at it tonight. This is some high-level volleyball we're seeing. Big block. Schmidt goes up, gets the ricochet out of bounds. Big swings being taken by both sides. Another short serve by Clinton. Warren, or no, Davis, up by K-State, but they can't get it over.
Wow, that was a swing right there.
Victoria Davis a little bit inside of the block. Thought she had it down. A pancake save by K-State got it up. They couldn't finish out the rally. Udufatu to serve. And it's back to Brenna Schmidt. That's 6 kills for Schmidt now. The Baylor match down in Waco was Schmidt's first, coming back from injury, and Jason Mansfield telling us that you could see that she was a little tentative, was not sure about that foot being 100%. Rachmanchik, extremely high, able to get a touch on K-State. That'll send us to a break. Back and forth, this matchup between 2 of the best of the Big 12. Each has a set under their belt, and it's a 1-point third when we return on ESPN+.
Coming to the stage this Friday, it's Ned's first team karaoke night. But he's wondering,
what if my flaky red plaque psoriasis takes center stage?
Next up, we have Ned. Hey, 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 hey. Is she flaky blacky?
What if Ned knew he could treat differently?
Otezla is a pill that treats plaque psoriasis even in hard-to-treat areas. You can get clearer skin and reduce itching and flaking. Doctors have been prescribing Otezla for over 10 years. Don't use Otezla if you're allergic to it. Get medical help right away if you have trouble breathing or swallowing, swelling of the face, lips, tongue, throat, or arms. Severe diarrhea, nausea, or vomiting, depression, suicidal thoughts, or weight loss can happen. Tell your doctor if any of these occur and if you have a history of depression or suicidal thoughts.
With Otezla, clear skin could be your jam. Live in the moment. Struggling on topicals? Ask your doctor about Otezla.
Not surprising that we're seeing great volleyball being played out here tonight between these 2 teams. You got 2 of the 3 Big 12 players of the week matching up. The rookie of the week in Rachmanchik and the offensive player of the week in Shaylee Myers. Myers with a double-double and Rachmanchik with 15 kills, 8 digs already to this point.
Yeah, and hitting 306, like that's great. In a game like this with the blocks we've seen.
She had it from the get-go. She's serving out of the timeout. No aces yet for Rachmanchik, but 2 airs. She'll get it from the back row and hit it long. We are tied at 15. We were talking before the match about Baylor historically has always had that amazing outside hitter. That was really what turned that program around, was having some outside hitters that were just flat out better than everybody else in the country. Quick set to Davis. That's into the crowd. A point for Baylor on the side out. It didn't feel like that they had that same sort of outside hitter dominance this year. But boy, as it's prone to happen with freshmen, they get better throughout the season. Rahmanchik playing so well here tonight. Looks every bit of being the next one in line.
Yep.
For the Baylor Bears.
Another one coming.
Williams. Baylor made a change earlier in the match, substituting Bailey Warren for McCurdy in the front row, and they lost a little bit of height on that block.
And you're dealing another young freshman there, just didn't make the right read on that block.
Tied at 16. Good serve receive by Ulufatu. Warren dug out. Not a great set and not over. First time we've seen a misplay by LeGrand. Just looked like it slipped.
Yeah, and you know that's not a double anymore, so they're not gonna call that. So
you can get it close. Usually, doesn't matter.
Yep.
Get it over. Heard from Sophie Smith earlier about how this fast tempo offense has really benefited LeGrand. She'll go to Williams, sensing this maybe the chink in the armor of that Baylor defense, which has provided 8 blocks the last 2 sets. But Williams back-to-back kills. LeGrand has only attacked 3 times here tonight, but still getting a blocker every time. Low pass. Bibimbe from the left. Rockets it off of Pond.
Bibimbe is a big attacker there, hitting on the outside this time. Just aiming for that deep corner.
Set just across the tape. Joust above the net. LeGrand. Clinton blocked, but out. And a point for K-State. And we are headed late points in another set between these two. It could be anybody's to take. 3 of the 4 sets in Waco decided by 3 points or less. 2 of them went down to the final point. We've already seen that once here so far tonight. Baylor winning the second, 25-23. Sims covers. Myers roll shot saved by Essex. Clinton off the touch. And the Wildcats nose in front. Back and forth we go. Big swings by both of these two teams. Essex goes back and gets it and puts it down. She'll rotate out.
Overran that ball a bit, but still able just enough to tap the ball to get it over the net.
Back and forth we go. Madison to put it in now here for Baylor. Can the Wildcats answer? Schmidt. A little bit of a line drive swing. Rahmanchik tools the block. And now Baylor goes back in front. Back and forth we go. Sophie Smith, it's like a boxing movie.
Well, I've never seen Rocky, guys, but Coach McGuire compared this season to the movie Rocky. He said earlier this week that the victory isn't rising up and getting back off the mat. They've thrown big punches and won big matches, but they still had to get up after getting back knocked down. And he believes that this team will rise up no matter what comes their way the rest of the season.
What a finish by Rahmanchik. Unbelievable finish by the freshman.
Yeah, that was amazing. Well, Sophie, I will have to tell you, you got to watch Rocky. It's a great movie. I mean, if you're into sports, you got to watch a little Rocky.
And there's like 5 of them.
Yeah, there's
maybe
more.
more.
Yeah.
The new series, the new one's coming out. Look at this finish by
I mean, that
Rahmanchik.
ball was outside the antenna and fast. Like, she had to just...
That is an unbelievable play. I mean, truly, if you had told me she had finished this at that moment when she went up and she was almost pointed towards the bench, I don't think anybody would believe she would have somehow gotten anything on it.
No, because I'm sure Coach Mansfield looking at that is like, we got it, we got it. This is our point. We're going to get at least a roll shot or something in the antenna, you know, a free point. And then she not only gets it over, but puts enough pace to find the heart of the court.
This is the second straight road match that Rachmanchik is on fire. She had 24 kills in the last road match in Colorado, which is interesting because Baylor has struggled a bit on the road this year in the Big 12 at 2-4. As we told you that stat earlier, that is something that they normally flourish in, being on the road and winning under Ryan McGuire. But Rachmanchik, after a slow start to begin the season, last road match, 24 kills against the 23rd ranked Buffaloes, and now 17 already here tonight, hitting 300 and nearing a double-double with 8 digs.
And we've got a ways to go yet.
She's got 8 kills alone here in the third set. Schmidt gets a good swing and pulls K-State back within 1. Brenna Schmidt heating up, 7 kills for Schmidt. Season high is 8. Baylor hitting .324 in this third set. So it mentioned all those errors early. And a bad time, speaking of errors, if you're K-State for a service error. Baylor by 2. 8 errors for the Wildcats, only 3 aces. Ulufato to serve. Myers blocked, touched near the net, and it's won by Davis. Timeout by K-State. Late in this third set, Baylor trying to go up 2-1. Winning another joust at the net. It feels like almost every joust that we've seen tonight, Liz, has gone the way of the Bears.
Yeah, which usually K-State has been winning those, you know, especially Ava LeGrand has been so efficient in those tight plays like that. But Baylor doing a nice job. What's happening is they're pushing last. You got to push last. You got to almost jump a little bit later and let them push early, and then you finish with the last touch on that ball to throw it down.
Story tonight, though, has turned into the left side for the Bears. It was the right side down in Waco. It's the left side tonight. Rachmanchik has been unbelievable.
Yeah, we saw it from the very first swing of the match was her swinging on the outside, and she's done it from all over the court. We've seen on the right back, we've seen in left front, right front, and she is just getting the job done. Been very consistent. And, you know, playing all the way, 6 rotations. She's doing it all. Hasn't really made a lot of errors with her serve, which is something that could be a high error thing, but she's keeping that under control and really stringing her team along with her.
4 double-doubles this year. She had one against K-State in the first meeting. Nearing one here tonight. Young lady that goes by the nickname Sush. And again, Baylor's going to make this sub. They'll take their setter off the court and bring in Anastasia Nikova, transfer from Syracuse at 6'4", to provide a bigger front line. Myers. It doesn't matter for Shaylee Myers. She's got 13 kills. Wins the side out for K-State. But this feels very much like the second set. Two teams very even, and then Baylor just makes a couple of plays at the end of the set to take it. That's what happened in the second. Sims. Crafty centered up by Kreck. Fox on the right, able to answer back. Haven't heard much from Reagan Fox since set 1. Her 6th kill.
I think Coach McGuire did not like that setter decision there. Got some great attackers there at the net. Use them.
Perhaps gave K-State a free chance to get some momentum. Sims serves over the net. Blasted down by Myers, and we are tied at 23. And now Baylor's going to use the timeout. And Morgan Family Arena reaches its apex, and the volume turns up. "14 kills now for Myers, hitting .280 on the left with 11 digs. A 3-0 run here by K-State, and Simone Sims has been a big part of it with her serve.
Yeah, Simone has really put a lot of pace on her serve. And you see it's almost a little bit of a cat and mouse game. It's kind of some deep pressure, really pushing those passers back. And then we're seeing some softer, shorter serves that are dropping and really disrupting the offense. So she's doing a really nice job of placing her serves in some tough spots for Baylor.
Steve Astor is the one who calls out where the serves go. He also coaches serves. Jason Mansfield was telling us the other day that K-State looks first when they look for servers. They look for accuracy and consistency above anything else. They don't care about speed and velocity, the jump serve. They want accuracy. Can you do a good float serve? Can you drop it? They want it to go in the gaps and hit where they want to go every time. It's interesting, too. Baylor has flirted a few times with a 4-person serve receive here tonight. They're in a 3-person receive at the moment with the libero in middle back. That 4-person receive, I think, would make it even harder to try and find gaps if you're K-State. This next point so critical, as this set is critical to determine who wins this match. Sims. Bump set coming. Rachmanchik is blocked. Smashed by Myers off the block.
That's smart play there by Myers. Heads up play. Don't even give Baylor a chance to get set up.
Set point. 4-0 run here by K-State, and an ace to end set number 3 for Simone Sims. What a match so far. Don't go anywhere. We've got set number 4 coming up in this great battle between two of the top teams in the Big 12. An NCAA tournament feel in Morgan. This is the Big 12 on ESPN+.
Introducing the Kansas Lottery Rivalry Riches starting lineup. We're all players with the Rivalry Riches scratch ticket. It's your shot to win up to $50,000 instantly. Plus, you can enter your ticket into the Kansas Lottery Play On app for a chance to win great game day experiences.
Need a second opinion? Look no further than Kate's Heating and Cooling. I was told that my 15-year-old furnace had a cracked heat exchanger by a local HVAC company. I wasn't convinced and wanted a second opinion, so I called Kate's, and I'm so glad I did. Their team conducted a thorough and professional free inspection with a combustion analyzer, and in 15 minutes, Kate saved me $14,000.
10-year manufacturer's warranty? Not here. With Kate's, you're covered for life. Kate's, where service makes the difference.
Morgan Family Arena packed to the rafters tonight. A special environment, no doubt. Here comes another block! Cross court snuck it in. As if this place needed any more energy, it is electric in this building. And then the block on Rockhold, what a rally! And then Fox with a hammer.
Wildly entertaining and unpredictable Big 12 has a champion to crown, and AT&T Stadium is where we're going to decide it.
Into the corner, touchdown.
What a match here tonight. in Morgan Family Arena. Shaylee Myers with 15 kills, a double-double as you see, leading K-State. Wildcats have some great numbers here, but Baylor, 8 of their 9 blocks have come in the last 2 sets. K-State a little error-heavy in the second set, and what a match in the third set. A mind-blowing statistic is the team that has had a hit percentage of 50 points better than the other has lost the last 2 sets, which should not happen.
No.
But has happened.
Doesn't make
Why
sense.
has it happened, Liz?
I don't know. I don't know. It doesn't make sense. But, yeah, it's just some little plays here or there, you know, and who's kind of capitalizing on some very minor little things that end up being big things.
This has been a fun one to watch. Rachmanchik is having a great night. Myers is having a great night. We just saw Simone Sims in that last set with quite a performance by K-State. Let's go to Sophie Smith, who has more on Simone Sims, because Sims ended that last set on a 4-0 run and the ace to end it, and she's coming into her own in her junior season. Sophie?
Thanks, Brian. When asked about Simone Sims, Coach Mansfield said that they've always known that she is an elite athlete and has proved that with her consistency at the service line, just like we're seeing now, and to play everywhere in each rotation. And he said that she's had to battle through a lot of games, but it was her experience and chemistry with the team that earned her that libero jersey. And the key for Simone right now is just keep expecting and wanting the ball in serve receive.
Well, she's getting it. I mean, the highest respect anybody can pay is when they don't serve at you, as your daughter knows when she's playing high school volleyball. Right. But Big 12 digs leaders per set. Simone Sims, 3rd in the league. Her first year wearing the libero jersey full time. Take it over for Ella Larkin, and you can see she's kind of grown into that role.
Yeah, she's really made a big difference for the Wildcats in some matches that has really led to them winning.
4-0 run was the difference in that last set by K-State late. And a skill for the Wildcats. Not the hardest smash of the night, but it works out for Brenna Schmidt, who was tied a career or season high with 8 kills. No errors on the night for Schmidt to go with those 8 finishes. On 17 swings, Legrand serving. Set middle, touch by K-State's block. Sims intercepts. They go to Fox, K-State does. McCurdy caught the tape. Bump set, tight one for Clinton. Clinton was asking for under the net by Baylor, but it ends up working out with a block for the Wildcats. 11 blocks for K-State.
Baylor is just running right now, chasing everything down, nothing in system, out of system, really helping K-State's defense out.
Rachmanchik has not had 2 good swings. Good serve again by Legrand. Back to Rachmanchik. Pipe shot coming from Myers. Up by Baylor once, twice. A collision in the back row for K-State between Sims and Myers. Both seem to be all right. Clinton on the near side gets the kill. It was Clinton and Myers who collided, not Clinton and Sims. As Myers into the huddle to celebrate, the first thing she asked was asking Clinton if she was all right. Those two got tangled up. Grand, good serving run here for the Wildcats. McCurdy back row, wide of the mark. No touch, and a 4-0 run to begin the set, so it's an 8 straight point run for K-State going back to the last set. Tough finish for Rachmanchik. Again, everything done right by K-State. Another great serve. You think Baylor's in a bad spot?
Yeah, like a long set all the way across the net. You can get your defense set up, but Rachmanchik with a nice finish.
Part of me wants to say, oh, she's from Europe. She loves those high, big, long sets like that. But we've seen tonight, it has not mattered. The fast, quick set hasn't mattered. She has destroyed it every single time. She gets back-to-back swings, but gets the kill here off the touch.
Nearing 20 kills already.
She looks more frustrated than anything.
Yeah.
It hasn't had more.
Yeah.
Service error by Baylor. Correct. into the net. Rachmanchik delivers a little pump up. It'd be fun to watch her career at Baylor. Not so fun if you're an opponent. Clinton. Thrown all the way out left. Bibimbe on the rotation gets blocked. She'll get it a second swing. Touch. Clinton got a dig. Myers way off the net into the middle of the donut. Sims with it up. LeGrand chasing to get there to get to Myers, and it works out. And a fist pump from Jason Mansfield to boot.
Yeah, great hustle all the way around. Nice up by Sims. LeGrand chasing it down, giving Myers that opportunity.
Essex frustrated, read it right, but couldn't keep it in. Back to Bibimbe and powering it through the block of Schmidt and Fox. Bibimbe, who has bigger arms than me, muscles that one through.
Yes, powerful.
Most people do, but.
That's good clarification, good clarification.
I'm guessing she's a monster in the weight room. This serve way out. That's the danger of the jump serve. Tonight, it's been an off night for Rachmanchik in the serve, but she has more than made up for it on the left. I'm right down at the bottom of your screen. See, it's nothing comparative to. Bibimbe. And miscommunication, Fox and LeGrand. Sometimes too loud in Morgan Family Arena. A mistake there. Sophomore Fox, senior LeGrand. A giveaway to Baylor. Serving Madison, the freshman libero. Over 2,200 digs in high school. Mom played volleyball at SMU. SMU, a top 10 program. Played Baylor earlier this year. Dad played college football for Madison, so athletic family all the way around. Quick set to Davis. Sims with a pancake. Another save. Pawn on the cover. And then a throw to the corner just long. K-State thought it was in, and they will challenge. Got to look at it ourselves.
It's tough. That
Kansas
check,
State is
that
challenging that the ball was in.
Down there looks like it's probably out.
It does to me as well. The one that had the best view was Dave Soderstrom, who's back there on that line. Again, it has to touch any part of the line for it to be in. This is a quick review.
After review, the call is confirmed. Point to Baylor. Kansas State loses their challenge.
Jason Mansfield uses a challenge and loses a challenge. He has one remaining. Baylor has yet to challenge tonight.
I'm a little surprised by that, actually. There's a few times you kind of almost wondered if they might challenge on some.
Deep float, another error by Baylor. That is 4 service errors in this set, and now 10 on the night. Both of these teams put such an emphasis on serving. I don't think either coach will be overly pleased.
No.
Pawn unable to handle, and not many will, the fireball from Warren. Sometimes you can have the best block in the world in the best position, and it just doesn't matter.
Yeah, just the pace on the ball. You don't get your arms there quite fast enough to dig it, and it's just going to ricochet off.
Warren, the number 21 recruit in the country coming out of high school. Clinton did not get a touch, and she waved to Jason Mansfield to say, no, do not challenge.
Yeah, I think it might have slipped through some hands there.
So now Baylor within 2. What might the score be if they hadn't given away 4 free points in serve? Williams is ducked. Tight set coming. Blocked by K-State, and it falls in on Rachmanchik.
Well, Well, she's had almost 50 swings already this match. You can see maybe a little fatigue there, a little frustration.
Season high now for Rachmanchek, swinging on the left. Goes with another block back. Sliding in, correct the bump set for her. Blocked again, but she'll tool it for a kill. 19, make it now 20 kills on the night for Baylor. For Rachmanchek, and it is her second career 20-kill match. Clinton trying to pick out a spot. Saved by Baylor. The work doesn't go down for K-State. Pipe chance beautifully placed by McCurdy.
Wow. Wasn't sure that was going to even make it over the net, but smart placement there. Just that kind of sharp, short tip there in front of the 10-foot line.
Played at Texas State last year, did McCurdy. Parents, though, Baylor grad. She's a legacy kid. Brother goes to Baylor as well. Opted to come home to Waco. And then on Rachmanchek will end up getting a kill off a broken play. 21 now for Rachmanchek.
Yeah, didn't put much on that. Just able to sneak it through the hands. I think Schmidt was trying to reach for it and got it between her arms and the net.
Myers takes the serve. She'll get the swing and finish. Triple block came at her, but it didn't matter.
Myers approaching that 20-kill mark as well.
She's had 9 20-kill matches this year to lead K-State. Legrand to serve. And an ace for Legrand! K-State started this set on a 4-0 run with Legrand serving. She didn't get an ace in that run, but she gets one here, 5th of the night for K-State. Picking on the line, Ulufatu plays it. McCurdy from the back row. Side out for the Bears. Unsurprisingly, these two teams dead even as we head late into the 4th. K-State up 2-1, but the last 2 sets have been anybody's to take. 25-23, a win to each team. Another deep serve and an error by Baylor. 5 errors in this set on serve. Second by Crack.
Look at the score. That's just so frustrating as a coach. 5 freebies.
3 aces, 11 errors for Ryan McGuire's team here tonight. And a lot of them have felt long, right? I mean, if you go back to it, I'll bet you 10 of the 11 have been long. Here's Myers. Dug, but over the net. Bibinbe got mixed up with Essex. Baylor scrambling. They go to Rachmanchek. Did it touch K-State? And the 4 official initially ruled it a touch. Then he's telling K-State will challenge here. Initially, I thought Nathaniel Wagner was saying, my bad, it is a point to K-State. But then he came back and said, no, there was a touch.
Kansas State is challenging that there was no block touch.
It did get a lot of the net. So
Sure did.
It's possible it didn't actually touch the block.
Get a look at this here. You're seeing again what they're looking at. Nathaniel Wagner. Rachmanchek trying to.
Oh, yeah, right there.
I think it
think it got her arm.
I think it did as well.
I think it did. And now in real life, I thought maybe it didn't.
Same.
In,
I was
in
with
the
you.
live action play, I thought, yeah, they could have an argument there, but that looked like it caught her arm. Because it definitely changed directions after that arm. But, I don't know, maybe a net view show us something different.
I think that hits her hard.
I agree.
You slow that down, I think so. But Myers, see, she turns around and says no.
Yeah.
And usually the players are the one that can tell you, and I think the players help convince Coach Mansfield that should be challenged. But I think K-State's going to lose this challenge. That means they will be out of challenges unless this goes 5. Nathaniel Wagner taking a long time to look at this. Now we'll get the review challenge.
After review, the call is confirmed. Point to Baylor. Kansas State loses their challenge.
So confirmed means that saw the same thing we did. That it did hit the arm of Shaylee Myers. So now K-State is out of challenges. Store that in the back of your head. Any close play the rest of the way, they'll have to live with the ruling. Rachmanchik trying to keep it in. Legrand brings it back for Myers, and she tight to the net is blocked by Essex. We are tied at 13 in the fourth. A must-win set for the Bears.
Yeah, early on we saw that block for Baylor would have jumped with Legrand. This time they stayed on their feet, made a good read.
Back to Rachmanchik for the serve. Sims steps in front. Myers off the net, again blocked. Legrand, Fox off the net. Baylor in system here to Warren. Deep shot, Clinton dug it. Kreck out of the play. Clinton with another dig. Myers ends the rally. One of the candidates for Big 12 Player of the Year. Stepping up late or midway through this fourth set.
I think credit to Clinton. She made some great digs in the back row. That wouldn't have happened without her.
No doubt. Clinton now nearing a double-double. Back row, Rachmanchik. But K-State into the net. Jordan Williams. And back is Madison. Libero to serve here. Only 3 aces tonight for the Bears. Legrand brings it back for Fox. Bibinbe, roof! 13 blocks for K-State. Timeout on the floor, and in this back and forth match between these two rivals of the Big 12. Don't miss anything. We'll be back in a moment with more from Morgan Family Arena on ESPN+.
Discover a bold new chapter in luxury in the all-electric 2025 Cadillac Optic from Woodhouse Cadillac. Compact yet commanding, this SUV delivers dynamic performance and cutting-edge tech wrapped in a modern athletic design. With available hands-free driving assistance and panoramic sunroof, every drive feels like a luxurious escape. Explore our current offers happening now. Visit us in-store or shop online today.
Any questions?
How did you become the Capital One Bank guy?
I've always been passionate about no fees or minimums on checking accounts.
Aren't you in the Hall of Fame?
And didn't you live in space?
What's in your wallet?
Here at Morgan Family Arena, quite loud during timeouts, quite loud during the course of action. Another great matchup between these two, K-State and Baylor. They went 5 sets in this building 2 years ago. They went 4 competitive sets down in Waco earlier this year. And of the 7 sets they've played this season in the two between the two teams, 5 of them have been decided by 3 points or less. And a miss hit by Baylor. Will they challenge here? There will be a challenge. The first of the night from the Bears. Looking for a touch on that swing. It was ruled out.
Baylor is challenging that there was a block touch.
So Nathaniel Wagner back to the screen to take a look and see if there was indeed a touch here on this play.
I think Legrand kind of indicated maybe if I was reading her response that she might have touched it, but maybe not.
Wow, that is really close.
It is. Did it hit the side of her hand almost more than a fingertip?
The ball was spinning, which doesn't help Warren's case any, right? I mean, normally here you're looking for a change in spin, but Warren hit it with spin. It didn't look like it changed any as it passed Legrand. It does not need to meet the same level of criteria that you would see in other sports in review, where it has to be in unbelievable evidence, just no other reason to go against it, what the call was on the field. It's not the way it is here in volleyball. On the court call does matter, but for Nathaniel Wagner, it's his judgment call on this review as to whether or not K-State touched the ball. And also on this play, he can look where it landed and also see if it landed in or out. And also, even though that wasn't what was exactly challenged by Baylor, if it landed in, which is not the case here, but if it did, then the point would be reversed as well.
After review due to inconclusive video, the call stands. Point to K-State. Baylor loses their challenge.
I think that's the right call. I don't think there was anything that showed a definitive touch. Those high-speed cameras certainly help here at K-State, slowing them down frame by frame, but you just don't have enough. Again, I'll go back to the initial shot by Warren. The spin may have hurt her. Davis in the middle. It's been a quiet night for the middles offensively for Baylor, but Davis gets her fifth.
You almost feel like maybe they should push them a little bit more, because they've been very effective when they've gotten opportunities.
It's been a special night for Rachmanchik, so you understand why not, but 53 swings is a lot. It's a season high for Rachmanchik, and we're not done yet on the night. Now a service error by Baylor, and they cannot get out of their own way in this fourth set.
Wow.
6 service errors through the first 3 sets total. 6 service errors in this set alone by Baylor.
It's unbelievable.
Myers, good serve, has Baylor on the run. A free pass over. Williams into the block and into the net again with the Bears. It's going to be on Davis. And a timeout for the Baylor Bears. Well, Ryan McGuire trying to slow the K-State run at the moment, but it's been a year for a coach that is so creative that he loves to tell the story arc of a season. We heard from Sophie earlier about the RISE acronym that he has for his team, but he also has a unique story writing ability. Sophie, tell us about this.
That's right, Brian. Coach McGuire delivers what he calls bedtime stories to the team during the season. During a team meeting, he will present a PowerPoint like this one, displaying the story he wrote with the team as characters. This season, the story was 10 chapters when usually it's only 1. This story, called Gnarly Harley and the Bears, is about a mystical volleyball tournament in Waco Forest. Coach McGuire said it's a fun way to scout other teams, and they can make adjustments quick in the game at knowing what character is on the other side of the net.
This was last year's theme, the Pirates, and you get a look at what the scouting report looks like for Ryan McGuire. Now listen, I know the season gets long and it gets boring. Kudos to Ryan McGuire for being creative.
It's impressive. It's very impressive. Listening to him talk about this, I was like, wow. I mean, wow, that's great.
Every year to come up with a different theme and then craft each scouting report to meet it, unbelievable. I love it. But he probably also has a career in some sort of screenwriter profession if he ever leaves volleyball coaching.
Yeah, creative writing.
Could write a book, and it would be of all those years, and it is each season. From the back row, Myers gets a kill, and K-State up by 4 in the 4th. What's the secret to being successful hitting that pipe shot if you're an outside hitter?
Well, I think LeGrand does a really nice job of using it at the right times. You know, like really at that time they thought the ball was going outside. There was one-on-one block and really got a nice job just giving her an opportunity to find the corners.
Another service error. Boy, at what point do you I mean, it's like free throws in basketball, right? Sometimes you don't want to talk about it because it just can build into something else. But at this point, 7 errors. Baylor handing the match to K-State. And frankly, a lot of those 7 don't feel like they've been close. Rockmanchik going for a high hands, misses everything. And the match starting to slip away a little bit.
Yep.
Rockmanchik does look a little fatigued, or maybe more just disappointed. Van Lanen serving here. Baylor's serve receive has not been crisp. What a dig in the back row by K-State, but they can't get it over as Rockmanchik was ready for LeGrand. It's Myers with an incredible dig.
Yeah, so good. Really, both outsides for K-State doing a great job on the back line, playing defense.
Clinton nearing a double-double. She's 2 digs away. Miss hit by Pond on the serve receive, and that'll be an ace for Baylor. Their first ace since the second set. And a timeout call by Jason Mansfield after Baylor gets 2 in a row. Well, we talked about Rockmanchik. We saw some of her highlights tonight. 23 kills, now hitting .268. But one that's in contention for Big 12 Player of the Year. The Big 12 leader in kills per set, Shaylee Myers. Another special night on the left for K-State.
Yeah, quiet start really for Myers, but really came alive in that second set and then has just been on cruise control. Again, she doesn't try to do anything super fancy. She keeps it pretty simple, but finds the open spots on the court, hits high hands, and doesn't make errors. That's one of the best things she does, is just she doesn't make a lot of errors, and she's available to hit front row, back row, transition. She's ready to go up there and take a swing.
Added a few inches to her vertical with that off-season conditioning program that she started back in January. Really wanted to attack her senior season. And Jason Mansfield has said it over and over again. The difference in her this year was that. The mindset from day one in January in the offseason, getting after it, hit the spring running, was this dominant in the spring. And it carried over through the summer, putting together an electric performance, nearing her 10th 20-kill match of the season. And you said it, slow start. She only had 2 kills in the first set, so 17 of the 19 have come in the last 3. And another service error by Baylor. 8 in this set. And that's the second for Crane, who just came in to serve, so trying to change things up on the service, and it hasn't mattered. LeGrand to serve. K-State 3 points away from the match. Clinton off the left. Udufatu got to it. Rockmanchik, though, has to pass it over. And Schmidt blocked back. Baylor hanging around.
I think Baylor got let off easy there. K-State got a pretty good opportunity with the kind of tip. They were ready for it in the back row attack, and got to capitalize on those.
Baylor's held K-State to just 7 kills in this set, but that's only the 8th. It hasn't been the offense for K-State. They've just taken advantage of the mistakes by Baylor.
Yeah, it's been so heavy on the errors for Baylor.
Baylor after tonight on the road again Saturday at Houston. Shallow serve by Clinton. Quick set Essex. To Myers. 20! Timeout Baylor as it's match point. In a year that's been Shaylee Myers' year to pace the Big 12 in kills, she picks up yet another 20-kill match, and K-State on the doorstep of their first win against Baylor in Manhattan since 2016. .43 assists from Ava LeGrand. She's added 16 digs and a career-high 6 blocks. to go along with an ace as the setter for K-State. 19 digs, 6 assists for Simone Sims. And then Myers, the double-double, 20 kills, 12 digs, hitting 300 as the lights go out here in Morgan Family Arena. K-State, after tonight, gets 13th ranked Kansas in the Dillon Sunflower Showdown on Saturday. If you think it's loud in here now, wait until Saturday.
Yeah, I think it's already sold out.
Yes. We'll have it for you here on ESPN+. That is the remaining schedule after the KU match at Houston, home UCF, and then at Iowa State. Cyclones have put together a fantastic finish to the season after a slow start. Clinton and errors. The timeout works well by Baylor. Set point, match point number 2. McCurdy out, Warren back in for Baylor. Bears to serve with 8 service errors alone in this set. This one kept in. Myers, block error on Baylor, it's over. For the first time since 2016, K-State has taken down the Bears in Manhattan. And they take down another top 25 team, and Baylor will challenge the final play.
Baylor is challenging that there was no net fault.
It looked to be a pretty obvious net fault by Baylor, but you have a challenge. Why not use it?
Why not?
After review, the call is confirmed. Point to K-State.
The match is over. K-State wins it. And they get to 15-7, 8-6 in the Big 12. And in a series that has been locked up at 30 apiece all time, K-State ends a 3-match losing streak and losses in 9 of the last 10 to turn it around on Baylor. And it's suddenly K-State streaking here towards the end of the season. And you got to think, if it wasn't already a lock, it is now for K-State to make the postseason as they take down an RPI team in the top 25 with a victory. Let's go to Sophie Smith, who's with Jason Mansfield.
Coach, a great stretch of games for this group, but how proud were you of them tonight to battle and get this win?
Yeah, it's a tough team. You know, the first time we played them, very similar match, just a lot of really close sets that we won one, we lost one, but I just love how we stay with it. And I think this team believes, you know, that not only we can compete with anyone, but we don't need to play perfect volleyball in order to win games and win matches. And I think that's a really great place to be, because when we do play well, then we're a tough team to beat as well. But I'm proud of our effort, and that was a good team.
Shaylee Myers playing well, both offensive and defensively. 20 kills. What has got this momentum into her for her to keep going and keep playing like this?
I don't know. I just think that she just feels like, you know, she can play with anyone and score against anyone. And she has the proof this season that she's done it so many times against so many different teams that she just believes in herself now. And I don't think she cares how she starts. She stays aggressive, and her and Naya feed off each other. And again, her and Ava's connection is special, you know, and I think that's really where it starts. But yeah, really proud of Shaylee tonight.
Well, we've seen this dress shirt and tie from you for the last few games. Will we see it again on Saturday?
Absolutely.
I'm glad.
Now.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
And no, don't mess with a streak. Superstition 101. Don't mess with a streak.
Why not?
Great stuff from Sophie Smith there. Just take a look at the final numbers. Neither team hit great, but Diggs, K-State, a lot of those long rallies felt like they ended up going K-State's way as both teams were trying to keep the thing up. And then 13 blocks. K-State's block from the get-go was on it tonight.
Yeah, definitely a big improvement there from when they played Baylor earlier this season. You can see that they've really worked on that. And then I think their serving was elite tonight, and that put so much pressure on Baylor. They just could not find that offensive rhythm. Besides Rockmanchik, which she just was unbelievable, but nobody else really was able to keep pace with her.
Another 20-kill match for Shaylee Myers. 21 kills for her, 12 digs. Her 5th double-double of the year, her 10th 20-kill match of the year. And Kansas State will try and take down a sweep of the Jayhawks on Saturday in a match that'll be certainly one you can't miss coming up on Saturday afternoon. Our thanks to Sophie Smith for her work on the sidelines, and of course Will Rizza, his work as our producer and director. For Liz Wagner-Bush, I'm Brian Smolder, reminding you that all games airing on the ESPN networks are streaming live and archived on the ESPN app. Good night from Manhattan. This has been a presentation of ESPN.